Alright, here we have the new most wuxia competitor for Xu Yan on her, well, flying swords, and officially the most directionless cultivator, Qingxiao. Being very blue in an elegant way, not in a Hatsune Miku way, she's the Xuan paragon of Xuanfeng Hold, and ultimately bad at everything but that, it seems. Her outfit is very different from the usual, so let's take a closer look. Overall, her outfit is abominably sheer. Translucent sleeves and sides, similar to Shorekeeper, translucent thigh highs, and even her flying accessory up here is translucent. Her outfit in general is also very blue and white, like I said, though with some very gorgeous art details we'll look at closer later. On one side, her hair is very long. It's a surprise she can even keep it like this, with her swords flying around the place, but I guess practice makes perfect. Her outfit also goes down quite far, almost really reaching the ground, and her heels are high and pointed. How she flies on these? Well, I guess she doesn't exactly stand on the swords, huh? From the back, her hair is even longer somehow. Not only is it and her outfit split down the middle, but part of the middle is seemingly bound up and a different color at the tip than the rest here. Her sleeves go out quite far, as you can see, and the flying sash above her, I guess I can call it that, goes up quite high. The last side isn't married? Kind of? There's just the bandages missing from the other side, and the dress is a bit different, I guess. We'll just have to look at that in more detail. Qingxiao's hair covers a lot of her face. Not only are the bangs at the very front here the same length as the height of her eyes, but the pieces bound to the back and to her bun also sweep over the sides here. Despite some being bound back, there's still floaty pieces on the sides curling inward, kind of going hand in hand with her little arrow horns here, which wrap around themselves really pretty, and her ahoge. Despite being a very gentle, relaxed-eyed character, her face has an interesting amount of detail. Not only does she have an arrow-colored huadian on her forehead, but also lots of red powder, maybe eyeshadow or blush I guess, around her eyes to make them seem more inset, and red lipstick on her bottom lip. There's only very slight blue and red color to her eyelashes though. Her eyes are quite peculiar in my opinion. They are the standard very detailed blue eyes, but also feature this distinct yellow star mark in the center. I wonder if it's explained in the story why they are this way. Visual mesh-wise, it's quite basic. No presets or anything that they've made especially for her. Due to her mouth size and demeanor though, some wider expressions look a bit off. I haven't played the story yet, but I wonder if they made her expressions more slight than usual. Back to her hair though, the bound back part is secured by a very intricate mix of pins and a fan comb ornament in the center. 2 pins stick through her bun, holding some more hair from the front, whose ends are bound into the bun too. The ends of these pins have light blue, maybe more cyan fabric, with writing on them. The fan part is really intricate, with branches and flowers, similar to what we'll look at in a second. But not only are they detailed here, but the comb part, which isn't even really visible from the outside, is in here for some reason as well. I don't quite understand why. I mean, you can see it from behind, so I guess maybe for seamlessness? Maybe they're just flexing again? But I'm happy it's there. The bun has its own tail of hair, which is shorter than the two parted parts, with more of a white color at the end rather than light blue. Her earrings kind of make me think we kind of de-evolved from connected earrings back to magically floating orbs, but whatever. They're in the same shape as her forehead mark, with a knot attached to the end of it, having a loop in green and yellow hanging from it. While we're down here already, let's look at her neck. A very high collar, like a lot of the other characters, but somewhat separated into white and a dark, beautiful blue, with lots of wind-like swirls, clouds in gold and cyan, swerving all the way down to her chest on one side, with the other side connecting to metal branches on her dress we'll take a look at later. The collar is also somewhat held together, I think it's just decorative though, by a very sharp gold pin with a flower on the inside. The flower has a blue rod with the most beautiful jade pendant attached to it, acting as a sort of centerpiece for this artwork. Attached to that is another tassel reaching past her chest. Looking at her arms, Qingxiao's shoulders are semi-bare, with some translucent and some normal cloth. The translucent cloth is maybe a little hard to see, but I'll make it a bit more intense, dark blue to light gradient with very big gold writing on it. The non-translucent fabric is more color intense, with another dark blue to light gradient. It has her forehead mark on it, as well as a flower on top. Underneath this is a white cuff, which is seemingly holding up her sleeve. Buttoned with what seems to be jade, two long pieces of fabric are going from this, both yet again translucent. The inner sleeve is merely white and blue, with the outer one being somewhat reverse, going down with writing and what seems to be clouds as its pattern. Wrapped on the inside of this, so on her arm, is a green and white striped fabric going all the way down and onto her hand. Her hands have no other accessories other than this fabric, though interestingly, her nails seem a bit longer and have more of a dusted color. Surprisingly though, and maybe this is just the model they gave out, but she only has bone structure here with no visible veins. The other arm is exactly the same, but instead of cloth wrapping around and down her arm, she has a singular red braided bracelet with another jade pearl on it. Back to her dress. Since we looked at the top so far, let's look at the artwork as a whole. The blue part goes down past her chest, only stopping at her belly button, while the other side, instead of gold from the top, is a lot more faded white. That said, her stomach is very detailed, almost making Say some competition, don't you think? Following the art, her sides are very open, only having sparkly translucent fabric, golden and silver lining, and more white lines going down to the back. Also, very nice walkie pie and pit. The back, much like the rest, is also very flowy and open. While we have a more solid and similarly colored neck piece, which has a piece attached to it with more writing which slowly gets more translucent the further down you go, as well as strings holding these two more solid pieces. The shoulder blades, armpits, and the likes are very clearly detailed and visible. They are also fully modeled. I kind of can't believe these strings are the only things holding these big pieces here, but I digress. These kind of look like mechanical wings, lined in gold with blue belts connected here and there, which wrap around to the front in multiple places. Further down, there's also more faint wind swirls, writing, and a red stamp, whatever that means. There's also more light blue tassels bound to them. The front and back have a shorekeeper-like feel, with the front being folded into more of a skirt, while the back connects to her silver sides, flowing down in a more muted blue, with more wind-like strokes all the way down onto almost the floor. The only special part of this, aside really reminding me of Shorekeeper, is the golden ends and jade rings. Removing her dress, Qingxiao, aside from having hella granny panties, is quite flat. Now, I kind of asked Twitter on this, and pretty much got two groups. It's kind of a social experiment. There's the didn't cultivate that part and always sits on it anyways, and the absolute dream of the person who picks boobs when the boobs are asked question comes up. Regardless, her translucent thigh highs connect to this with jade clips, I assume. The thigh highs have beautiful skin shading with lots of little folds, as well as light blue and white wind patterns going all the way down into the shoes. Talking about the shoes, they're quite simple. For a girl who floats on swords, which the player is going to be looking at a lot, maybe they just didn't want them to steal the show? Regardless, they're white at the front with gold cloud lining and writing, with a light blue back and underside. The back also has a golden flower. The heel is also gold, with many intricate lines wrapping down and around it. The underside is quite similar, though more coordinated in half rings, with the front having the same symbol as her forehead again. Also, her bones are shaded in again, just no veins. Qingxiao might be a very high contender for mocking Xuyen. While I think Bro's bamboo hopping and drinking problem is very wuxia, Qingxiao's sword flying and her general way of carrying herself is literally the spitting image of the wuxia vibe. She might want to work on her sense of orientation and cooking though. Just a hint. Are you going to pull for her, or are you waiting for Jingran or Sin? Please tell me down below. I hope you enjoyed and have a nice day. Bye bye.